Hi there, it's Sandy, your sister and your friend. Welcome to today's video. It's been a little over 2 weeks, I think, since I posted a video, and this is March the 26th, and I'll tell you, the month of March has been a real trip for me. Um, and and I think that what's going on is that there are lots of lunar events. There's a lunar eclipse. There's a solar eclipse later this month, partial. And we just had the spring equinox where light and dark are of equal proportion at that time. And there's just been, it feels like a whole lot of shaking going on for the whole earth. And I know that there are probably things going on in the constellations that I don't understand anything about. But I do feel the impact. So I feel that there's been a lot of energy created during this time, and energy that that my body has felt and has responded to. And I feel like this time is a very, very exciting time for us to be alive. Whether we believe that we chose this time for us to be here on the earth, which I believe personally that I did, and that I am here for a certain purpose, and that purpose is to help with the healing of the earth. So whatever the transition is that we're going through and that Mother Earth is going through, we're here. I feel like we're here to be grounded, to stay grounded, and to let the things come up in our lives that are not consistent with being a part of the new earth and the expanded human that we are really destined to be, why we, how we've been created, and that we're stepping into somewhere that we've not been before. And that there are things that are waking up in our bodies and waking up in our minds, and maybe even at the cellular DNA level, that things are waking up that have been dormant for a long time. So there have been things happening to me. I won't go into all the details, but with me in bodily form that have given rise to me having an opportunity to examine my fears. Like, am I afraid of having some conditions or diseases that are in my family history? Whatever they happen to be. There have been incidents that have happened where I've had to look at those things. Is this what this could be? And have doctors involved, actually an ER visit involved, trying to examine those things and if there's fear of what might be, let the fear come up and let it rise up. Even I had an encounter with a young man who was inviting me back into the kind of Christianity that I grew up with, and which is one of a fear-based, really. And I've let a lot of that go, and I know God as love, as unconditional love, and that is without any conditions, and that God is all, and all that there is God. And so, but having that experience of okay, now I need to forgive. That was how I was brought up. That was what I believed at that time, and forgive it. If it wasn't for that being part of my path, I wouldn't be where I am today, as open as I am today to being healed, to experience all that I was created to be. That excitement and being open to all of that. One thing that happened is during this month that felt really different, and that's why I wanted to kind of use that as an example today. Is one of the things I had was an episode of vertigo, and I'd never had that before, where my room was actually spinning around. It looked like the wall that I was holding on to was falling over. I let it go and fell backwards on my back. And as a result of that fall from a standing position, to being flat on my back, I didn't break anything. Fortunately, my ribs were intact, my spine was intact, but a lot of really deep bruising on one side of my back. And there was a lot of pain, has been a lot of pain. That's been about a week now since that fall. and experiencing a lot of pain. And what I was doing is that I was like, okay, I know myself as unconditional love. I'm going to just keep looking. That's who I am. I'm whole and complete just as God made me. And I believe that. That's not something that I don't believe. I do believe that. But I was experiencing pain. And I was saying, okay, pain, I'm going to let you in. I'm going to invite you in. I'm going to say that I invite you in, but I'm going to keep my eye on you because I'm not sure if I can trust you. And what are you here for, really? And so that's not really loving it. That's not really inviting it in as an honored guest. And it was here. The pain was here. It was very excruciating. And but I kept saying stoically, okay, I'm just going to keep my eyes focused on who I am. But you know what? People say, I'm sure you've heard that whatever we resist persists. And so what I was really doing by putting a barrier up to the pain is I was resisting it. I was saying, you're here, but not really. I mean, you're welcome here, but you're not really welcome. So I was saying no to the pain. And you know what was happening is the pain was getting stronger. So instead of me relaxing and allowing, it was getting stronger. And it wasn't until I said, you know what, pain, I believe you're here for a reason. I think you're here as to teach me something that I couldn't learn in any other way. There's something here that you're here to show me that I need desperately in my life, or you wouldn't be here at this time. And so as I relented and I said, I love you, come on in, you're here, let me look at you. What I discovered through my daughter came over and to give me a gentle back massage, and she said, Mom, I'm really sorry that this happened to you. And when she said that, the tears just welled up and just started running because I was thinking, I hadn't told myself that. I hadn't told myself, hey, I'm sorry. Thank you back for being there and supporting me all these years and supporting my structure and allowing me to go out and do all the things that I'm able to do. I hadn't said thank you. I hadn't said thank you to my bones for not breaking during this fall, which could have added a whole nother level of complication and a lot more healing. And so by me allowing and welcoming it as my teacher, as something that had come into my life to show me, and dropping the story I had about pain. I had said, pain is bad. Pain, you're not good. But you know what? Pain was just the other side of being healed. And it was just a matter of going through that particular thing that earth had shaken out of my life and said, hey, this is going to rise up and you're gonna see what the pain is bringing for your benefit and for your healing, and that's what I have been able to see. And honestly, from the day that I started loving myself and being compassionate towards myself, it was that day was the turning point in the pain starting to resolve. Up until that time, I had been on pain medicine 24 hours a day for a whole week and using patches, pain patches on my back. So now it's starting to subside. I'm just like, this is so amazing. Thank you, body, for being able to do this and to be healed. And if it hadn't resolved, but I had accepted it and had been healed, in which is accepting whatever is. I think that is that is being healed, is just saying this is what's unfolding and what can I learn from this. And every other experience I've had this month, it's been like, what can I learn from this? What is it about love and forgiveness that I need to do in order to be healed from this particular fear or from this resentment that I'm holding? And that's been such a good experience this month. It's been full of the opportunities to to go to really accept atonement for myself. That's really to start loosening up and seeing the blocks to the awareness, to my awareness that love is present within me. And so seeing the blocks come up, exposing them to the light, looking at them, loving them, thanking them for whatever benefit that they have given to me, and then letting the Spirit transmute them into love. And because I think that the whole universe, it needs us to be healed healers. We're here, I think, for the purpose of healing the whole earth. And the earth is we're part of the earth, and the earth is shaking and is becoming a new earth, I think, and we're becoming a new humanity on the earth. And so there are going to be people who may be scared during this time that we're going through. I don't know what the times ahead of us are going to bring, but I think that it has been, time seems to be speeding up, and there just seem to be a lot of events happening. And I think those of us who are ready for the healing, for the letting go, looking at things and letting them go and processing them, and clearing our pathway, our inner pathway. I think those of us who are ready to do that, we're going to be very instrumental in being part of this process of seeing the whole multiverse rise up to its highest being, the way that we have been created by our Creator. So that has been my story for this month, and I'm so much better now, and I'm just so grateful to God for just allowing me to go through this. I'm very, very happy to be a part of this plan, and I think that you are as well. So if you're listening to this video. So that's what has been for me, and I hope to post more videos more frequently. I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. If you have, hit the like button. Tell me what you've been going through in March. It's been a pretty active time, I think, maybe for all of us. And whatever you're going through, please be compassionate with yourself. Please love on yourself. Accept yourself in your wholeness, and just, again, just be very kind and compassionate towards yourself and to those. That just spills over to everybody around us. So, all right, I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.